And are we live? Hey, we're live. Hey, there we go. Right, welcome, Geek here, and this is going to be episode 5 of the That Hitman podcast, and I'm joined by the world famous Mendy. Welcome, Mendy.
Hey, how's it going, everybody?
And we're going to be talking about Ambrose Island. Let me send you that link now. If I can find it. Not so much.
No, I kind of already.
Have you got it?
Found, yeah.
Good man. Alright, sorted. Hey, there we go. So, welcome, Redux. Welcome. Do you know what? I still haven't even tried to pronounce that name. Equinox. Equinox, welcome. Z, that's...
To me, it's Equinox.
Equinox. Well, I'll stick with Z. Right, so... let's get ready to jump into it. So, obviously we got a brand new map. That map was free, so... Me and Mendy are just sort of gonna go through it, talk about it. Everyone else, feel free to throw your 2 cents in, and yeah, let's just have fun with it. So, the first thing that me and Mendy started talking about was the uniqueness of the level itself. Like, what did they do that was unique about that level? And one of the first things that Mendy had brought up was the fact that we've never had a GPS exit before. I found that was like quite an interesting way of exiting the level, and the fact that there was also 2 of them as well.
So we have two extra exits with the new item.
Yeah.
It's a good.
But the thing about that is though, is there was only 2 of them, and the sort of were kind of in unusual places. Like one of them was like on the wooden bridge going over the water. That's some pickup. That like.
Yeah, you need some stairs for that.
Yeah. But I found that really interesting. That to go down the route of having a chopper pickup for 47. That was like something cool that I'd never they'd never done in another level before. So I really like that.
And those are 2 exits not in any trespassing area too, which is good.
Yeah. Well,
It's good.
I found that to be part of the problem in Hitman 3 was some of the exits in the later levels were not the best. And key locations were never the best, because it always seemed like there was an easy exit that you could just run to, but it was halfway across the map, or there was one right next to you, but you had to get this set of keys that was sat right in front of 2 cards. So yeah. I think in a sense sometimes like grabbing keys for exits become like a bigger challenge than actually killing some of the targets.
Yeah, and we have that problem with Mendoza, that the only non-trespassing is the tango, which is awful.
Yeah, and and not to mention it throws you into a cutscene as well that's unskippable.
Unskippable cutscene, yeah, unless you do one of the gimmicks to avoid that.
Yeah,
you're stuck for like 45 seconds or something.
Yeah, and yeah, I think the only other one was right at the bottom of the map. I can't remember what the exit's called. Right next to the gate, which never made much sense to me, because you'd be traveling all the way through a trespass area to get to a gate where 47 would just sort of like walk off into the wilderness, but the car park.
That's trespassing.
The car park wasn't a viable exit location. No.
I don't know. I don't know why there's no exit on the car that he arrives.
Yeah, it would have.
I know that we're talking about those, but we are making a parallel between the availability on Ambrose
Mm,
and right, and those is the worst for exits.
yeah, yeah,
And Ambrose is pretty chill, especially
yeah.
with the GPS.
Exactly. That's what. But that was the good thing about that. Is like like Ambrose had a lot of like good exits in a way. I mean, there were sets of keys for things that you had to grab. The submarine key is reasonable. You didn't really have to go out of your way to like, you know, it didn't take much to get that set of keys. Although I will say the one right next to the computer you need to destroy is absolutely abysmal. Trying to get them keys without doing the cheap tricks. Like now they were like when I first tried it, a hard set of keys to get, especially in the suit. Like that was something else. That, but like you know, over time when you sort of like learn how to like you learn the distraction shots, you manipulate the guards, you can grab them. But that took a lot more time than I wanted to spend on trying to grab a set of keys. So in some areas it's a little bit too easy. In another area it's a little bit more difficult than it should be. But like overall, I kind of feel like exits wise, Ambrose was done quite well.
But you have the option. That's
Yeah,
the thing.
yeah,
The level gives you the option if you want to get the exit in a trespassing area, or you know, close to the satellite. That's a sketchy area, and the grabbing the keys is illegal, like I said. But you have options. You have two exits right there.
yeah,
You go out of the cave. You have. This is a good thing because when you do a level like this, you gotta keep in mind that most of the people that play the game and will play the map, they're gonna play the map a couple times, or you know, being optimistic of you know, like 5 times. I don't know.
yeah,
They're not like us. So you gotta design in a way that all the exits they are achievable without much struggle, right? Or
yeah,
else people are just not gonna never use it.
yeah, exactly. I mean, like I say, it's not so much bother for the likes of us that play it every day, but if you've got them sort of awkward exits that like the average player cannot be bothered to learn, then they kind of become pointless in a sense. But Ambrose, I kind of felt like that was more than reasonable. And what I liked about that, what I brought up the other day as well, was that like one of the exits where you need to fix the boat was really good, because like not only could you fix the boat for the exit, but that exit boat actually became a way to kill one of the targets, and then you can leave on that boat.
Yeah,
So
pretty cool.
that was it. That was a kind of a cool use of like a multi-purpose exit. I really like that. Yeah.
Yeah, it's a and the map is only week old, so there are some things that we are saying here right now that if we revisit this in 6 months or 1 year, whatever, we're gonna find probably gonna find some stuff silly, right?
Yeah. Probably.
That's how maps age for the people that play the game often. You
Yeah.
know, there's a meta here, but then again, anything can happen and becomes there and becomes there. So some stuff for maps come with time.
Oh yeah,
That's that.
definitely. Well, a perfect example of that is like when I first got Hitman 2 and I first jumped onto Hawke's Bay. My reaction was, "This level is amazing." Years later, I hate this level. So, like the way you play and the way you feel about that map could change drastically over time. So
Yeah.
we were.
But look, for an introduction to a game, Miami is the actual introduction, right? Like Hawke's Bay is it's kind of semi-tutorial, right?
Yeah, it was sort of like yeah, that was one of them levels that was like it was like a half tutorial, half level, but it never felt
Oh.
like one or the other.
Why do we have 4 starting locations? Is that 4 or 5? We have like or 3 starting locations. I don't remember how many. I think it's 3. Right? 3 starting locations?
On Hawke's
Or
Bay,
4?
yeah. 2 on the beach and 1 on the inside.
And we have only 1 exit. I don't understand.
Yeah, and there was no. Yeah, that's a cool thing that they did for the elusive target, though, is that they put a set of keys in there so you didn't have to run all the way down the beach.
It should be always there, to be honest.
Yeah, well, like I say, that's
It's because look, Hawke's Bay right now, for speedrun, that's it. And it was it since day 1 or day 2. Nothing changed.
yeah, absolutely
You know.
agree. And
The level's dead
yeah,
from day 1 or day 2.
everyone
for
sort of feel the same about that. Yeah, so that's a good example of like something with terrible exits, whereas like we had a lot of options
Where's
for
it?
Ambrose.
Where's the GPS tracker when we need him?
Yeah. So, like, in terms of exits, I have absolutely no issue with Ambrose at all. Like, I thought all of the exits were absolutely reasonable and quite enjoyable, some of them as well.
Yeah.
Right, so the next thing that we were talking about that, like, was quite interesting and hadn't been done in another level before was crafting. Crafting was kind of cool. I think like also like touching on that is like what they did with Ambrose was really good in a sense that like it really put you in this like state of mind for like role playing as well, because it had a lot of good role playing elements, and I think like being able to like make your own explosives on the fly while you're like in the middle of a mission was quite an interesting thing. So, like, the fact that you could take all of these components and make yourself an explosive was a really good touch.
Yeah. Because if we go for fiber, accidents, poison, explosive, loud weapons, sniper, any kind of strat that we call strat when you go and do something that's 2-3 minutes, that's as long as we're gonna stay on the level. 2-3 minutes, 4 minutes if you're doing something very specific. But you can get back to the level and you can experiment and make your own explosive. Right on the starting location there, it's already a C4 right there. And right in a box, on the other side of the gate, another C4 already in a crate. So I like that.
Yeah.
We have how many C4s we have on the map. That is right. That you can make your own, and there's even a breacher.
Yeah, there's well, you said that, didn't you? You were like, oh, I'd see how they put the C4 and the breacher next to each other. There was
Nobody's talking about that, man.
Yeah.
I'm gonna have to be the one that talks about that.
That's
a C4 and a breacher side by side on the prison. It has to be for the flying explosive. It has to.
Yeah.
The breacher is too specific.
I didn't even, to be honest, like when I first went in there to grab them, that wasn't what I noticed, but you did, so I like that.
Yeah, we've been on this flying explosive thing ever since Hitman 2 came out in 2018, and we figured that the explosives, they wouldn't explode every time in the air. But at first I was annoyed, but then I was like, no way, this opens a lot of things to happen, man.
Yeah.
And it's been happening ever since, right? Here and there we found something, and this map has a breacher, has C4s, so it's a full plate for me.
Yeah,
for experimenting.
Yeah, well, that's interesting, that, because usually you can only take one breacher in to a a level and you've got like X amount of other things you need to set up, like coins, midget taser on the landing zone. Where the good thing with that is, like, you can grab an extra breacher in that level, and that means you don't have to go to the aggro of trying to get both targets to meet up to try and pull off something crazy.
Yeah.
Which is usually the case.
That opens a few windows for experimentation, and having a breacher on the level already also makes people that play the level and don't even perhaps have the breacher unlocked to check for themselves how it works, right? I like when the maps are rich like this. Berlin is another example of that. The targets, they drop items. So
yeah,
when you have the chance to have those items on the map and you have the chance to experiment, sometimes it starts to become a thing that you might use, right?
Yeah.
Because we have like 300 unlocks, or I don't know, we have a shit ton of unlocks.
Yeah.
And we don't use most of them, right?
Yeah, that's true. There's a lot of things there that like I don't use. I mean, aside from like depending on what kind of strat you do, I do tend to just kind of use the same kind of items and tactics as I sort of go through the levels. But that was good about Berlin as well, because like upon like getting to one of the first targets, the first thing they drop is the audio device or like mixtape. So that's something that people might not have actually tried to like bring into a level, and they can actually play around with that to see what it does.
It's a very powerful tool. It's not used by people that don't play often, but it's very powerful. I recommend.
Oh yeah, definitely. It's one of my favorites. And yeah, and like, but it wasn't just like the crafting elements for the explosives as well. What was interesting, and by the way, I am into biochemistry.
You are.
Yeah, the guy that you sort of help out, so you'll go and venture out to getting like certain items, and then he can craft you the emetics and the poisons. It's like I say, like once again, that I don't know if a good like role playing in, but like that in itself is a sense of crafting, not something that you could do yourself, but like, you know, it was quite interesting to see them implement a different kind of crafting in that way, and I like that as well.
Yeah, the hippie and the companion, they are a welcome thing on the map.
Yeah,
I like that. It's pretty unusual, right? I mean, I don't want to overstep. They're not just there. They have a function on the story of the map.
Yeah.
Contrary to the other dude there, which is a dude that I had troubles in the past.
Yeah.
The other guy in the cage.
Yeah. So yeah, the crafting was quite interesting. Another thing that was unique to the level that like I really liked this, and I ended up looking into this more, and it was, I don't even know if I'm pronouncing this right, but the durian, which will be the emetic coconut, and the first thing I wanted to know is, right, okay, durian, I've never heard of that before. Is it real? So as it turns out, it is real. It's a real fruit. It's native to Southeast Asia, and it's also known as the smelliest fruit in the world. Which I sent an article over to you about it, didn't I, Mendy?
There's an airplane?
Yeah, there were basically they were moving 2 tons of durian, but it wasn't wrapped properly, so the smell had made its way onto the plane. Everyone got onto the plane, couldn't stand the smell, and not everyone ran off the plane, and the plane ended up grounded, and they had to sort out the smell issue. So that flight actually never happened.
I'm not curious to know how it smells at all.
Yeah, you don't. But
no, nothing.
but it was quite interesting because I was sat there thinking, right, at first, like, how is this an emetic? Like, how is this affecting him and making him sick? But then once I looked into it, I'm like, oh, okay, so this is probably the smell that's making him sick. So that's kind of the way, like, the durian works and why it works that way. And it was quite interesting because obviously we got this brand new in Ambrose, but this is actually more commonly found in the likes of Bangkok, which we didn't see it. So when we got Bangkok, that wasn't something that made it in there, and I found that quite funny.
Yeah. Well, until Bangkok, we only had coconuts.
Yeah.
I believe.
Yeah. Yeah.
But you can understand. You can understand that the Hitman Hotel is not jungle, right? The only area that's kind of more of like a jungle is out of bounds. So it's all artificial there on the garden.
Yeah, but that's
which kind of makes sense, but
that's true. But also another interesting fact in most hotels in Bangkok, which I forgot to tell you about, is they also have signs for no durians. So you're actually not allowed to take that fruit into the hotel. Yeah, because it smells. Because it's notorious for its smell. So that's probably why we didn't see any of Bangkok.
See, it's all connected, man.
Yeah.
Everything is
so
part of a big plan.
I like that. That was like that kind of made me laugh when I just sat there and thought about it. But yeah, that's the way it works that way.
But like everything in Hitman, it's kind of a parody of itself.
Yeah.
You having this close to you, it probably is not emetic, and if you drop it, doesn't emetic everybody around you, right?
Yeah.
But it's very curious, and it's a very interesting thing.
Yeah, I thought it was a nice touch, and whoever thought of that is a genius. Right, so. Also, another thing that we talked about, which is, well, in a sense, unique, but we did sort of like come across this topic, a target that actually fights back. Now, we did touch upon that being unique in a sense, because remember for the exclusive content for PlayStation, we also had a target that fought back in that.
Yeah, I think it was the one in Colorado.
Yeah, Colorado, but that was kind of exclusive to PlayStation. Not everyone got to experience that. Where in Ambrose, everyone is getting to experience that. So, like mostly in a way that is unique out of like the whole trilogy, without anything being exclusive. It was kind of fun to play around with a target that fights back, because they react in a really interesting way that's completely different to like how other targets react.
To me, this is something that affects all the players, the casual players and the speedrunners. I don't remember exactly what Cody said about this. But to me, it affects everybody because he's coded as a guard, so he doesn't have VIP behavior, right?
Yeah.
So he becomes easier because he picks up explosives, he picks up tasers, and he goes investigate stuff. So without the VIP behavior on a target, that's interesting, right? And that affects the casual player and that affects the speedrunner because you know that you have more freedom of approach for certain things like explosives, like lures, peekaboos, everything that a guard would do and a VIP would send the guard, this changes. Right? So to me, it affects all the players, the casuals and the people that play often to speedrun or to challenges or to, to do different runs of the map.
Yeah. Well,
because he's coded as a guard, right?
Yeah, well, that's what I found interesting is that like I was, I didn't expect this, But I was trespassing, and as I was like walking up to a certain area, I got spotted by a camera. But because I got spotted and he reacts the same way as a guard does, he ran all the way over to me and told me that I wasn't allowed to be there. Yeah, so he ran all the way to me, and I'm like, oh thank you, bang. But obviously, that's gonna wreck your run for SA, because you have to get fully caught by your camera for that to happen. But the fact that that does actually happen is kind of funny.
Yeah.
So
Now, I just want to elaborate that it's not that the experience will be fully extended in affecting you, but everybody gets affected. You know.
yeah.
Of course, you're not going to trade shots with him all the time you play. But
Yeah.
you're gonna trade shots with him once or twice at least, right?
Yeah. Yeah, which is kind of interesting, especially if you can like isolate him and have a bit of fun with that as well. Because like I say, getting caught by that camera, I managed to get him to run away from everyone and completely isolated him on his own, and you know that opened up like a cool opportunity more for people that are just playing it for fun and don't really care about breaking silent assassin. It's a nice way to sort of play with the targets and just have fun with it. But yeah, it's more interesting to like. So like at the minute, I still want to play around with him and see like what other weird ways he's going to react to what kind of things I do in the level, and the camera's just one.
I haven't fully explored his possibilities. Although I did 100% of the map, which I'm pretty sure you also did.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's like I said, it's only 1 week old. We have to play a lot more of the level. But you can already have an idea because, okay, we know that he's coded as a guard. We know that, he's going to pick up a taser. He's going to investigate a coin throw and not send the guard. So it's interesting. It's almost like a contract.
Yeah, I imagine like over time we're going to get like more and more crazy discoveries on what kind of things we can do with him, and I'm going to look forward to seeing what people come up with as well.
Look, I think the format of World of Assassination is stale, but I think this is a valid effort. Right.
Yeah.
For the current trilogy that we have, I think it's a very valid effort. It's a good map, It's a good, and we've been talking about unique things about the map. I think it's a valid effort, and they put some valuable stuff on it.
Yeah.
It's not just okay, let's release another map.
Yeah.
There was actually a lot of effort, and I'm surprised that it's free.
Yeah. I kind of feel like they did put a lot of effort and new things into it. Well, there's another one here that I've got on the list that we'll touch upon, is that another kind of unique function that we got was the fly light, or the fly zapper. That was really cool because we've never seen anything like that before, and like I was thinking that we only had like two different forms of kills in there, but actually you said to me it's not just electrocution, it's not just for lighting the fire, but it can actually be used as a fallen object kill as well.
Yeah, and if you drop before there's water, it doesn't work. It doesn't electrify.
Yeah.
Which is curious. I know that because I failed, and I didn't know why I was failing, and then I realized it was because of that.
Yeah, but I didn't even think about trying to like do a shot while a target was under it and try to kill him that way. So that was kind of cool that you figured that out.
It was by accident also. I was trying to electrocute and he died by a falling object.
Yeah. Oh well, actually, you said that's interesting that you don't want to do it that way while it's above water, because it will kill the target, but then electrify the puddle, and then the target's body's in the puddle. So.
Yeah, exactly what happened.
Bit of a no-no.
The target dies by falling, and the guard goes pick up the body and dies.
Yeah. But there you go. Interesting idea for the contract.
Double accident, one item.
Exactly. Yeah.
Yeah.
I really did, yeah, but I did like that. That was kind of an interesting touch that they put in there.
This is an addition that's very underestimated, man. We have to talk about this. It's a cool thing, man.
Oh yeah, definitely. But like,
It's a cool thing. I see people in the chat saying that it's a better version of Santa Fortuna. There's more than that.
yeah,
There's more. There's some very valid stuff there, man.
I think
You know.
I think as people like explore it like overall and kind of
I
get a sense of how much effort was actually put into it, you'll appreciate it more. Because I bet it's not just that. I mean, we'll make a jump on the next list now, which was, and I kind of like this because this was cool. Because what they also did was they took unique items and abilities from other levels that you could only use in one level that they brought over and put into this. And the first thing that I picked up on in Ambrose was the ruin wall, and as soon as I seen the ruin wall, I was like, okay, I haven't seen that since Sapienza. So that was really cool because I was like, oh, okay, like this is something that I almost forgot about because I haven't even used that in like such a long time. I was like, okay, and the good thing about it is there was more than one as well. So it sort of it gives you this cool like connectivity, but with little speed bumps in the way of like, okay, well I can go this way or I can go that way, and I liked that they decided to like put that in the ruins because it fit really well. So I was like, okay, I'm all for this. So I could bring a breacher with me, and that's an easier way of getting into that area, completely bypassing the rest of the guards that is above. So I really like that they put that in.
So look, I was gonna say that the usage is very limiting, or very limited, but the fact that they placed a shortcut in that area, that increases the usability.
Oh
Especially
yeah.
if you're going for your end game and you're going to kill the satellite. So there's a breacher there, there's a gunpowder, and there's a shortcut. So the area is not that, like, okay, I'm gonna go there and take the picture, which is also a new thing, I think. That you take the picture and you place on the desk. I don't remember that being a thing in other level.
Yeah, because that sort of like led to an opportunity for a target to kill another target.
Yeah.
Which
so they
that is kind of, I think that is unique in itself, because the only one other time we'd seen something like that was in Bangkok with Jordan and Ken.
Yeah, true.
So
That's true.
the opportunity itself led to something that was unique in one level. I don't think it had been done that way in another. Oh,
We have
Telelide. There was Mendoza as well, yeah. But it's had a limited use, and I kind of liked it in Ambrose.
They did a good job, I would say, to make somewhat useless area or very specific for Orson area, which is another recurrent character back on the series.
Yeah.
He was a pansy in the Hawk's Bay, and now he's kind of a badass, which is cool to see.
Yeah.
But they added a shortcut. They added those breakable walls. They added some of the missions, one mission story there at least. And so they try their best to bring people to, okay, visit the area, please. There's useful stuff here, I swear. Like bring the screwdriver and drop some explosive down below so you can kill the satellite from above. So, yeah, they put effort to make you go to that area.
Yeah,
right?
it was.
It's not just, okay, it's the ruins and there's Orson there and that's it. No, there's, they actually placed some interesting stuff there.
Yeah,
right?
I like that because that was something like even now I still haven't even got round to using yet, because it was you that said to me, "Oh, you can use that to send an explosive down to, get rid of the objective." And I was like, "Oh, okay." So I wasn't even sure like exactly what that was for. So that was kind of a nice touch. Because then I ended up going like back underneath the computer to have a look, and then you can see above only when you're at a certain point where the opening is, where the explosive drops in.
Yeah.
So yeah, it was a cool touch. But I kind of felt like with the way that was all like, kind of the way that even just that ruins area and the way they designed it was like a really good design of like, okay, so you can go in, you can get through this way, and then.
I get lost there as hell there, man.
I did. I'd spent a bit of time in there, but it was kind of cool. Like even the way like, say you go in there, you haven't brought a breacher with you, and you might want a quick exit. But they'd actually set it up for the cannon to blow the wall open as well. So that was cool.
Yeah.
Yeah,
that's true.
They've done a lot of like interesting things in such a small area. I liked it. I really did appreciate that.
Yeah, to me, that area was the area that I wanted to hate, but it's actually useful. So I cannot hate the area. There are some areas on the map that are okay. This area here is connection, and you have to have those areas. Right?
Yeah,
you have to have those areas. I think I can talk that Orson was supposed to be a target.
Yeah, you were saying that.
He was supposed to be. Yeah, he was supposed to be a target. I don't remember where I got the intel, but I got the intel that he was a target in early stages of development. Could have been target, to be honest. It would be even more interesting, that area, to be honest.
I agree. Maybe that I mean maybe backing out of that could be
Two fighting targets.
Two fighting targets would have been very interesting, especially in an area that is absolutely riddled with guards as well. That could have been really that could have been like more Colorado-y. I feel it would that map would have felt more like Colorado if Awesome was a target, because it would have had that sense of, okay, there's not just like one there and one there. So we've got one here, he's surrounded by guards and he fights back, and then we've got another over in ruins, he fights back, and he's got like about like seven guards around him in one area, then he moves into another way, he's got another 4, then he's got another 2 down there. So that would have been like quite interesting to see.
So I saw someone in the chat saying that Orson also appears in Romania. So maybe that's the reason why he's not a target in the end.
Oh.
Right.
Oh yeah. Because
I don't play a lot.
Yeah,
I don't play train.
I did say like I was worried about some sort of like time paradox, or maybe that was the idea, and then someone forgot that they put them in the final level, and hang on a minute, we can't do that. So yeah. But it would have been interesting. But they could have spun it away where you thought you killed them, but you never. But yeah, that would have been quite interesting.
So we have as recurring characters, we have the hippie companion. Hippie comes all the way back from Sapienza.
Yeah.
We have Orson. Who else?
Smith.
Smith. Yeah, Smith.
I don't know if anyone in chat has noticed any more than that. I'm pretty sure I only clocked the 4.
As far as I remember, those are the recurrent ones, right?
Yeah.
I gotta check, because there are no fake NPCs on the map, right? There is no crowd NPC.
No. Yeah, I'm pretty sure they're all real.
So everybody has a name. Everybody gotta be interesting to check on that.
Yeah, I know you were trying to see if there was some sort of secret identity behind the man with a sack on his head.
I tried to use the free cam for that. I couldn't see his face. I don't know if he has one.
Yeah, probably
I
not.
tried. I tried.
Probably.
You saw me trying.
Yeah, yeah. Well, I remember seeing teeth.
No, that was from Smith.
Yeah,
not
that
from
was
him.
Smith's. I remember seeing Smith's teeth. Nothing coming from the other guy. So I don't know. That's probably someone that's just been put in for sure.
It's very touching that we have someone in the chat say Lucas Gray. It was very touching to me, at least, to see the lines that they made for him. It's just like made to break my heart a little, you know, when he says, "I see you soon," and you see the you see the sorrow there. I felt that deeply. I lived Berlin very intensely when I was playing for the first time. So that "I see you soon" was kind of tough for me.
Yeah. Right. So another use of the level, which was only unique to one other level, which I picked up on straight away, was the control access cards. So the ability to tackle an objective in more than one way, which this was obviously use in the bank. So you could either rob the vault or you could get the key cards. And obviously this was done also in this level, so that like once you got either both key cards, which would render it useless, or just destroy it itself. That was sort of a nice little touch for like letting people sort of try to tackle one objective in two completely different ways.
Yeah, yeah. We had that before, but like you said, this is a good approach. The satellite is pretty fragile, right? But still, it's contained inside the caves, so it might not be the easiest approach for some people. Although Orson, which carries the second piece or the first piece, depending on the order that you do, he's kind of a sketchy one to get from him as well, right?
Yeah, especially
Not a
like if you were trying to do it silent assassin sense. I mean, not only have you got to tackle him, but you've got to make sure that his body is out the way. And I don't think his route is the most forgiving as well. So it's catching him in the right place at the right time. But it's good in a sense that if people are kind of struggling with like one part, they could go, okay, then maybe I'll try it this way. This might be better for me, and I like
yeah.
that.
Tokens in Dartmoor is a good point there.
Oh, that is true. Yeah, the tokens in Dartmoor. So there was one more. Yeah.
So I think all of those they're good, including Ambrose.
Yeah, I like it because they're kind of limited. They haven't been overused. So
Yeah.
you know, like it's nice to like get a level where you have an objective where you can have like a bit more freedom. But I think it would sort of lose that specialness if it was in every level.
Yeah, no. Many levels don't even have a secondary objective, right?
Yeah.
But we cannot go ahead before we talk about the slapping contest.
Let's talk about the slapping contest.
Slapping contest is awesome, and I had a blast playing it. And I cannot wait to go into the game and start slapping fools again.
Yeah.
But the thing is, that's actually a mission story, right? We don't have. That's another unique-ish thing about the map. Mission stories, they are not thrown in your face. You don't have a guide to do step by step. You have to be there and observe and listen to the dialogues, be part of stuff, which is to me is one of the best things on the map.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah.
I never had fun with mission stories. Never.
Yeah,
This map I had fun.
Probably in a sense because like a lot of them just feel a little bit too hand-holdy. I mean, I don't mind like a good little audio clue, but like I guess sometimes when you've got a thing that will go right, you need to go right here and listen to this conversation. Is how do you know? Like, how do you know?
Yeah.
So like it's sort of you know, for the people that aren't really great at the game, if you want to use it that way, fair enough. You know, there's a lot of people that, like, once again, like to do the role playing thing, which will be good for them, because like having everything pop up and being in your face, you know, kind of sort of like it sort of break that in a sense, you know what I mean? Break the illusion. So it was good that you could just sort of like slip into them and follow them along and do that.
Yeah. It's a way that I said, okay, no mission stories, but then I realized, no wait, there are mission stories, but you gotta actually, you know, it's not gonna be, they're not gonna take your hand and drag you to places to do it. You gotta do it yourself.
Yeah.
That was enjoyable, and I might be a bit off for some people, but look, the fact that there was no other option, I kind of like it.
Mm. Yeah.
Because it made me do it, you know, it made me do it, and I actually had fun. Maybe I should try without the you know, no guidance at all in other places,
Yeah.
because I really had fun with this.
I think the thing I liked most about the slap contest, I thought this was hilarious. I was like, okay, so what happens if you don't put all your power into slapping them? And okay, so now it's the guard's turn to slap you back.
What happens? I never missed one.
Well, there's basically you can hit a button that will like make you brace for like the slap. So if you don't brace for it, you'll get slapped and you'll fall like the guards do. But if you hit the button, you'll stand there like absolute iron. And when the guard slapped you, like 47 he just does a little thing like that, and the guard's just stuck there like that, and his arms knocking. So it's absolutely great. It's cool. Like the fact that you just let him slap you, or you can like brace for impact and have him just absolutely wreck his hand. So that was kind of funny that they'd actually put that in that way. I like that. It was cool.
I need to check that. I never did that.
Yeah, but yeah, there was like there was a cool thing about that, because the thing about that as well is you kind of need to know about it to prep for it, because if you're following him and then like, oh, all of a sudden he's barred the barrel, it's like, so like, okay, I'll do that again. I'll prep for the fire barrel this time, and then you'll sort of roll back into it so he's ready to go. What I really liked about that though is that like if you can't be bothered listening to him blabber on, you just wait until he lights his cigar like that, and then just drop your briefcase. He'll freak out, drop his cigar, and he'll just burn instantly. It's great.
Really?
Yeah. You don't have to listen to all the dialogue. Just drop a briefcase in front of him when he starts smoking. It's great. I kind of like that because I found a little skip in it.
I knew about the dropping glasses and this kind of thing, but I never tried with actually cigar, you know.
Yeah, it was cool. I didn't think it was going to work. Well, sometimes stuff like that can be a bit finicky, especially when they're dropping an item that is considered hot. But with the cigar, it just worked perfect. So I was over the moon that it actually worked. Yeah, so like if you've done it before and you just want to showcase it, drop the briefcase and away you go.
It's funny. It's funny. Their reactions are so over the top. And the fact that it works, it's funny.
Are we going to talk about the hook?
Well, I guess the hook is the cleaver, another skin for the cleaver, right? I saw the animations, and they all, as far as I'm aware, they all are the same as the cleaver. I was expecting to hang some people, but apparently you cannot.
Yeah, I don't think they quite put them mechanics in, but no, I like that in the sense that, like, you know, like it may be a reskin, but it's sort of it was a nostalgic reskin, because as soon as I'd seen that, the first thing I thought of was the Meat King, so I was like. Yeah. I like that. It's a nice little. It's something for the old school Hitman fans. I like that.
But can you carry that on your suit legally?
Uh,
Because if you can, it's already better than the cleaver.
I don't know if it's an illegal item to carry, but I think you can put it away. And yeah, Andy is right in the chat there as well. That the animation from the back is the same as the fire axe. So
And the back is
if you're doing a takedown from behind, the animation is the same as the axe. But I think it's the same as the cleaver from the front in the sense that you just sort of whack them. But
I can remember frontal and sideways, and they are the same as the cleaver.
yeah,
It's completely legal. Okay, it's legal, so it's already better than the cleaver.
there you go. That's what you want. So anytime you're doing melee kills, take the hook.
But how is it from behind the same as the fire axe?
Oh, it's because the hook goes around the neck and you drag them, so they'll do that. He'll do that thing where he'll drag them and they'll flip.
I was gonna say because the fire axe is a two handler and the hook is one handler. But
Yeah.
if it's a push, then it's the same.
Yeah, I like it, and the fact that it's legal as well makes it quite a good item for just doing melee only as well. See, I didn't even check that when I picked that up. Or speaking of which, that Mendy had put me onto that I didn't even realise. I told a lot of people about it the other day when I was live. Is that if you're in a guard's disguise, you can walk around with a sniper rifle on your back without getting enforced.
Yeah,
Which
I don't know if I'm not gonna say that they forgot to code it, but I'm gonna just say that's intentional.
yeah, well, I haven't tried that in any other maps yet, which is something that I probably should have done. But to be honest, it was a refreshing change, because sometimes you get sick of even dressed as an enforcer, right? I'll whip that back in the case, then I'll go over here, then I'll whip it back out, then I'll whip it back in. Do you know what I mean? It was a refreshing change to be able to just actually take a sniper rifle around the map on your back without the use of the briefcase. So
I like that, especially because most of the disguises that we get, they're absolutely outlaws.
yeah,
Even if they are guards, right? Quote unquote. So, why not a sniper, man?
yeah, exactly. Yeah, and whether it was intentional or not, I welcome it. It's good.
Yeah, me too. I hope that if it's a mistake, I hope it stays like that.
Yeah, I didn't mind it at all. Trying to think, is there anything else we might have not touched upon yet?
Dubai penthouse, you can hold snipers too. Interesting. I think I remember that. I was gonna say there's more than that, but I didn't remember exactly where.
Oh, okay. I didn't even know that. That's interesting.
I knew there was one more at least, but I didn't remember. You tend not to use as much, at least getting seen with a sniper, right? Because there's some levels like Sapiens that it's very versatile, but your route doesn't include going through any NPCs.
Yeah. I think that's most of what we touched up on there. Right, so we've talked about the good stuff, right? Let's talk about the shortfallings. So what areas didn't sort of meet your expectations? I think you said the other day you were talking about you didn't feel like there was enough disguises.
Yeah, I felt like it was a bit shy. It doesn't have to have 20 more disguises like Miami, for example. I felt like it could have a couple more, you know. Perhaps one more for NPC kind, and one more for each camp of guards.
Yeah.
Or at least a couple more. Not much more than that, but it felt like having the hippie and having the Buccaneer as disguise, you have only 5 unique ones.
Yeah,
You know,
and yeah, I think how many disguises was there in total? Was it 7?
7, and you have one guard from the camp, from the militia, and one which includes the male target, and one which is the pirate.
Yeah,
That and that's it for enforcers. Then you have the cook, uh, the engineer, and the metal worker, and that's it.
yeah,
And that's good. You know, engineer, metal worker. It's okay. I felt like you could have at least a couple more.
mm.
Not much more than that.
Yeah.
But
Like it's. Yeah, I feel like 10, 12 could have been a good number, but then again, maybe I sort of think like for such a small map, I don't know, maybe there was a reasonable amount there
it's not
in
it's
a
not
sense.
bad. You know, it's not bad. But I would welcome 1 or 2 more disguises.
Yeah.
Being picky.
Uh, so I think probably on my end, one of the things I was kind of disappointed in is probably how easy it was. I was kind of hoping for another Colorado, and when I jumped in for the first time, I was excited. I found one of the targets, started following him. Like literally, as soon as Crest starts walking, he's already walking to an accident kill, and I'm like, oh come on, you gotta be kidding me! Like, I mean, give us a bit more of a challenge than that. I kind of feel like the way they'd set up like a few of the areas was like, it could have been a bit more challenging.
But I go on.
I'll go on, mate. What you said?
No, I was gonna say that you talking about that reminds me of Sapienza, that Francesca starts in a puddle, and Silvio walks below the globe. So
Yeah,
and
that's
so,
also true.
I'm not gonna throw away because of that, but I
Oh
understand
yeah.
the point. You know.
Yeah, definitely. Like we say, like some levels are a lot easier than others. I was hoping if this was going to be the final level that it would be a bit more of a challenge. It's maybe like the fact that right, okay, if we could have removed one thing, it might have made certain areas a little bit better and a little bit more challenging. Because I think like setting something like that up right from the get go is a bit like people are going to see that immediately and people are going to use that immediately. There's like this sense of like like trying to achieve silent assassins should be a difficult task and something that people should really have to work at, and certain areas of this map is kind of like that seems a little bit too easy for me, and that seems a little bit too easy for me. See, I think the thing about Sapienza compared to like Ambrose is that the kills might be easy, but then don't forget you've also got to tackle the virus and then get out, so you've got that extra layer. But then again, you've got the same in Ambrose with which I felt like reckon the satellite was more difficult
It is more difficult
than
the
actually
virus.
taking out the targets. So
No,
like
but and it's harder than the virus in Sapienza.
yeah,
Thankfully.
in a way, yeah. But
I mean, of course, if you throw an explosive and then bring the explosive to the box, and the box is right by the side of it, you know. But at first glance, it's more challenging, in my opinion.
yeah. But I think I think more than anything, the thing that wound me up is that grabbing the keys for the exit was harder than killing the fucking targets and the computer. Oh my god, that was like grabbing them keys was my biggest nemesis. It drove me crazy. But then again, there you go. But yeah, like in a sense, I mean, look, I played this game to the death. People might watch this and think this guy's crazy. What do you mean it's too easy? Do you know what I mean? But for me, it was just a little bit. Not to say that it's gonna I'm not gonna rip into the level and it's a bad level because of that. But I would have embraced more of a challenge.
We cannot measure challenge us and most of the chat. We cannot measure the challenge because of us. We play the game daily.
Yeah.
Right. Not only me and you, but lots of people on the chat
the
play the game on a daily basis. We are super aware of everything, pretty much. So you gotta check from the perspective of a person that plays the game here and there. And I'm sure that they're scratching their heads.
Yeah, probably. But I think it's because we play to the death that we could just sort of walk in, eye up, and immediately know what to do. And I guess that's on me because of how much I've played it and how much knowledge I've got. Where the average player might see it as more of a challenge. It's more of a shame on my part than anything else, but because of how knowledgeable I am with the game, and that's on me, and that's my disappointment. Not to say that's going to be the same for everyone else, but that's just the way I feel. So we'll say that.
Tinega said that we are freaks of society.
Exactly.
Kind of.
Yeah.
There was something that I said this was a letdown for the map. I'm trying to remember, but we got into other subjects. As soon as I remember, I get back to it. Because there is something that let me down a little on the map. I cannot remember right now, though.
Yeah.
I will remember soon, I'm sure. If not, follow me on Twitter, and I will tweet when I remember.
So, yeah. But I think... overall, apart from that, one disappointment I may have, overall, I really enjoyed it, and I think aside from that, the only letdown I really have is the fact that we more than likely won't be getting any more. That Ambrose is probably the last level we'll be getting. So. I mean, we're getting freelancer obviously at a later date, but that's going to be within the levels we've already got. Getting something brand new, unless we get a year 3, which I'm also doubting. If we do get a year 3, then there might be more plans ahead for bringing more maps. Who knows?
I think people like freelancer. I have this feeling.
I do.
People like freelancer. I don't know for how long, but it's gonna be very enjoyable, at least for some time. That I can tell you.
Yeah, I think the thing that's probably going to make freelancer good is if it's got a good amount of randomness about it, that every time you jump back into play again, it's always different. When things start becoming predictable is when things start becoming boring. So if it's constantly unpredictable and constantly interesting, that could be the end game that we've all been waiting for.
We gotta understand. You guys gotta understand. We have sorry about the word, but we have a shit ton of content, man. From the trilogy on those 6 years, look at the amount of missions that we have. We have 20 maps and side missions.
Right.
It's a whole. There's enough already, more than enough already to bring new people to play the game. If they start adding maps just to add more maps, and doesn't bring anything new, I don't think it's a good way to spend your resources. There's already the game is so rich, and there's already so many maps and so many things to do that it's not because we were there day 1 and playing day 1, day 2, day 3, day 4. New people that are just arrived, it's overwhelming. There's so much.
Yeah.
You don't need a new map to bring more people to it.
Oh no, definitely not. But for me, I think one of the best things that IO does is is creating this like sandbox environment that I just want to explore. And if there's further chance of doing that down the line, I'll be all for it. But I don't like. I think this is it now. It's probably that's it come to an end. I'll be happy to just sort of like dive into freelancer and see what that's going to be like, and settle for like everything that we got throughout the trilogy. Because I mean, people forget we haven't just got the main levels. We've got all of the bonus stuff as well. We've got all of them that I bet quite a lot of people might not jump into. Like, well, actually, yeah. Before I forget, I will bring this up now, because this was another thing I wanted to touch upon. Is how does Ambrose stack against all of the other DLC we got from like 2016 and Hitman 2? So I'll bring this up now, which hopefully it should pop up, and this is the full list right here. So
Let me see that.
yeah, I think I sent you this, and yeah, we've got the icon landslide, a house built on sand, the source, the author, the vector, also holiday hoarders and snow festival, because they were 3 implements. Then the paid DLC, the bank, Haven, and obviously Ambrose to compare. So this is I mean, there was other aspects of DLC, but I didn't include that because it's kind of not on par with like what we've got in the past. So that would be the special assignments. I didn't add the special assignments in. 1, because I didn't have the space, and 2, because I just didn't feel like they were very relevant, and there wasn't as much content for that as this stuff anyway. But as everyone can see, there is that like in most areas, Ambrose almost beats the lot, apart from 2. So
Yeah.
in terms of the amount of content that we got from challenges, there's only the paid DLC that actually outdoes it. So I mean, obviously, the bank didn't have as many assassinations, but it did have more discovery, and it had a hell of a lot more feats. Whereas Haven, I mean, this had 20 assassinations. Obviously, we had 3 targets. There was going to be a hell of a lot, but it also beats it on discovery and feats. But in terms of everything that we got for free, I mean, it's absolutely smashed it. I mean, the icon was free. Landslide was free. A house built on sand was free. They were part of the remix maps. But obviously the source, the author, the vector were all part of
Bacon Haven. They are also DLC.
yeah, Bank and Haven. They were paid DLC. I'm trying to think. Have I missed something? I've missed Patient Zero, but yeah, you get the gist. See, I was running out of space, but in terms of everything like being there, like I mean, I really feel like Ambrose has stood its ground. It's
Oh, for sure. Look, Snow Festival. Good, beautiful sculptures made with ice. Not a level, not a mission, It's a contract. That's it.
yeah.
And not even a very interesting one. It's just bad.
But I also felt the same way about Holiday Hoarders.
But there you had the elusive Santa Claus. You had the Santa suit, which already offers more.
Yeah.
And the reference to Home Alone. No, but yeah, Holiday Hoarders is another week, but it has some uniqueness, especially because it's in Paris. Because Snow Festival is just a contract, not even an elusive target, I would say.
Yeah, it
Barely,
wasn't. It was. Yeah, it's one of them that I definitely felt disappointed when I got on it. I was like, Snow Festival, oh, this is going to be amazing. And then you get there and there's like a snow cone. Oh wow, this is this is great. So yeah, there was like a couple of sculptures in there. You start there, the target's right there. Oh, this is going to be difficult. Not
The gifts.
So yeah, like that's the thing with like when they were bringing in these like remix maps. I'm like, okay, so this could be a time for like things to get extreme and give us more of a challenge. But it seems like as we had them remix maps come in, like a lot of the remix maps were, in my opinion, really easy.
Can you bring the list again for us?
Yeah. So, I mean,
The target walks below a nice icicle. Well, how do you call that? They drop in their heads. He walks around 40 seconds or less than that under one of those
yeah.
by himself. Right. I'm a bit delayed here.
It's on the way.
If you're ready. Okay. All right. So I have the list in front of me. There's no patient zero. I would put patient zero in one of the good ones. The icon.
Yeah.
Kinda. Landslide. Better. I like landslide. House building sent the best of the summer patch 2016. I love the patient zero, so I put all of the patient zeros in a very good place.
Yeah.
I think it's the best edition in the game so far.
That was my best. That was my best DLC. I don't know how the hell I've missed putting it in, but it is what it is.
They even changed the way that the snipers work with the patient zero when the patient zero came out.
Yeah.
It was a great addition to the game. So festivals, no.
Yeah.
Bacon Haven and Haven. Now that Haven is fixed, look. Now that Haven's fixed, it's a whole new story to me. I think Haven starts to climb up on my preferences very fast because of that. Because Haven to me was always a good map, especially because you have richness down the mansion. I like the map. I like the vibe of the map. 3 targets also, so you know, contracts are great there. But now that they fix it, I think it's a great thing.
Definitely,
you
yeah.
know, I'm so glad that they just didn't let it like, you know, like it is.
Yeah.
Or it was. They fix it, and now it's a whole new experience, especially for people that play often.
Yeah, exactly. It's just one of those. It was one of those things where like, I don't think they knew exactly what the problem was, and I did put Ayo onto the fact that it had something to do with the doors because I'd showcased it in a video that Travis had acknowledged, and I guess it just took them quite a while to figure out, one, exactly how it was happening, and then two, how to fix it. I think
Special assignments to me, they're just elusives.
yeah, that's why I didn't want to add them in. They didn't like special assignments. Just didn't feel like a part of this DLC. Which another one I will say is that like obviously the Vector, it doesn't look great in this list. There's not that many. I mean, there's literally only like 6 assassinations. But to me, I felt like the Vector in its own way was a better version of the Sniper Assassin if it was properly balanced. This obviously changed in Hitman 2 because in 2016 you could kill them with a propane tank, but that would still break Silent Assassin, and all the bodies needed to be hidden. Where in Hitman 2 they'd changed that, but there was just too many accidents in it. But overall, the sniping experience in the Vector was amazing, and I really wish that we had have got like more remix maps like the Vector, because I really enjoyed playing that. I really
They
did.
removed the fire extinguishers from the Vector. There are no more fire extinguishers on the Vector. I think everything is propane now, no?
Everything is
Or no?
propane, yeah.
Because I remember there was fire extinguishers and they were killing, right?
Yeah,
But I think now it's all propanes. Correct me if I'm wrong, but as far as I remember, I can only see propanes
I
from my
think.
memory.
Yeah, I managed to say propanes and gas tanks.
Gas tanks. Yeah.
But yeah, it's like I say, it doesn't look a lot there, but I think upon first time playing the Vector, it had a really interesting thing of okay, you actually need to figure out who the targets are, and you've got to listen to like the intel that's getting fed to you, so you don't shoot the wrong person. And I really like that. I really did, and I thought that was an interesting way of like remixing Colorado for a sniper map.
Yeah.
And I have like tweeted out to IO before about making something else similar to the Vector, but like I don't know. I would have liked to have seen some more that work like that, and maybe a bit of like a bit of the good stuff could be taken from that for like any future sniper assassin maps. But like overall, like I thought that was like a great unique flip on creating a sniper contract as well.
Well, the Vector also was a mark for the sniper functioning because we didn't had a slowdown and the bullet travel was way different.
Yeah,
It was pretty much no bullet travel, and with the patient zero, we started having bullet travel. We started having slowdown, which great addition to the game.
yeah. Right, I'll
For
take.
how many times I had to relearn play the game. This was one of the most that compensate the most having to readapt.
Yeah. But yeah, I'm just like that was the one thing I was curious about is like how, like the fact that Ambrose is free, how much effort would be put into the challenges, and not just the challenges themselves, but a lot of the role playing elements and everything else that come with it was just an overall good package. So I think like obviously like adding everything else in with the amount of challenges we got, I'd say we got a really good turn from like IO, like they really did us a solid with this level.
It's a real solid mission.
Yeah.
I can say that. So and being free, then it's a no brainer. It's a no
Absolutely,
brainer.
absolutely. Well, yeah. I tell you what, that like, there's another thing that I will bring up, which, like, I kind of agree with this, but Shadow had brought up when I was watching him stream it, and his opinion was he likes it. It's an okay map, but he would have rather have paid money to have gotten more maps with more challenges and maybe a bit more put into them. But I can't see his point. But at the same time, I think we got the right amount for something that we got for free with this.
Look, I don't think it would be any different if it was paid.
Yeah,
Honestly, I think it would be the same. They wouldn't deliver a half-assed, paid or not. This is the same thing. It would even if there was like a 4.99 wall. Yeah, and I was in favor of having more DLCs, even if it's paid. But
yeah,
look,
yeah,
we need to move forward. I feel like this format. That's it. You know, not don't get me wrong. I want more maps. Keep bringing them. I want them. But
Right, that's it now. Yeah, three's getting cancelled because of Mendy. That's it now.
no, wait, I want more maps, man. I want more content. Keep bringing them until we have another Hitman game.
Yeah,
But the format, you know, that's it for the format. You know, for the current World of Assassination, we already have great maps. We already have 20 great maps. Even
yeah.
if you don't like this one or you like this one better than your one, At the same time, I feel like, and I'm sure they know what they're doing, but I don't feel like we should focus. Okay, let's have this world of assassination as is forever. You know,
Yeah, yeah.
let's keep moving.
I totally.
Let's keep moving.
I see. I know what you mean in the sense of like, yeah, things like. I mean, this has been going on since 2016. The format now is going to start to get stale, and eventually the game is going to start to see a fall off. I mean,
Right.
it's done like really well up to now, but like at this point in time, I feel like yeah, Ambrose is the last level, and probably when we get Freelancer, that's probably going to be the last big update we'll get, and then after that, done. They're going to move on to like Project 007, and then that'll probably be the next big thing that comes out.
When I say the format, I don't talk about stealth or sandbox. I'm talking about the current world of assassination that we have.
Yeah. I know what you mean. Yeah, it's time. It's maybe time to end the trilogy and then move on to a more progressive version of Hitman now.
I always wanted what we had in Blood Money back, and I think the next installment for Hitman should be like this. It should be now. Okay, there's a huge conspiracy of secret societies. No, they killed the park owner that killed people because of his negligence again. I
Yeah.
like those.
Yeah.
That would be like a more casual, and then you have you can expand and experiment. It's more. It's not attached to story that you have to fit and not fall between the cracks. You know.
Yeah. It's so
Everything that we might have for content, new content, it has to fit here and there in the timeline. It's over.
yeah. Sometimes less is more. We could just go back to a simpler storyline and sort of get that old experience, which I like. I'm thinking now, like as like Freelancer is around the corner, and I've been saying this for like quite a while now. Is that like the way they're going to design that in? It's going to be progressive. You're going to earn money. You're going to have to purchase items. You're going to have to keep on top of them items. If you leave items behind, you've got to buy them back. Now, I think that overall should be the way Hitman works, even within the main levels themselves. And that feels like more of a Blood Money experience, just in Freelancer.
Absolutely.
And I feel like that should be the direction that IO go in. That should have been the because for me, like sort of going up in mastery and then unlocking something that's set in stone is really what you want is if you want people to get into this role playing element, let them save up the money, let them go, okay, this is my style, I'm going to save up and I'm going to get this sniper rifle, or I'm going to get that poison, and let the player make up their mind what route they want to take, what style of gameplay they want to go for, and to keep on top of that, and to have it so that okay, so if you're going to achieve Silent Assassin, you're going to get the maximum payout. If you're playing sloppy, you're going to get a low payout, and this is going to force people to okay, I need to step my game up. And then people will start playing a lot smarter, a lot cleaner. They're going to stay on top of everything. They're not going to be leaving shit behind. And it's going to be so much of a cooler experience in that way, like, if you know what I mean.
Yeah.
Like
It's a clever way. It's a clever way to bring people to do things in a more elaborate way. You know, more carefully achieve Silent Assassin and being rewarded by the Silent Assassin. You say, oh, perhaps I should, since I'm playing this and I'm having fun, I should play the main missions and get Silent Assassin. I should replay them more.
yeah.
Because people usually go through the game and they say, okay, I finished the game. But with this mode, this is a smart thing. I don't know how successful this might be. I hope it a lot. It's a clever idea. if working or not working, the intention and the idea, it's clever. It's good.
Definitely. But like, I definitely feel that like this as a game mode in itself has the potential to become something bigger in the next Hitman game overall. Like this, for me, this is a very small stepping stone to something potentially a lot bigger.
Yeah,
That's how I feel.
Depending on the feedback and the response from the audience, and I'm not including us. We don't count. We're gonna get anything that they release, and you're gonna play every day.
Oh,
I'm saying about like the other 99.9%.
yeah.
Depending on the response, they have the engine, they have the people there. Stealth, social stealth, puzzle, sandbox. It's with IO. There's, I need, Ron, I need to use the bathroom. Can I excuse myself for 1 minute?
No, you got to stay there for another hour, Mendy. Of course you can. Of course you can. Yeah, go on, mate.
Okay.
Yeah. So I think we're getting close to wrapping up now. Anyway, we've been on for hour and a half. Not bad. Not a bad discussion right there. Woo! Yeah. So I hope everyone is well in the chat. I hope you're enjoying the podcast. But yeah, I feel like we've had some good discussion there. And I've got a few more ideas lined up for podcasts, which should be coming soon. I'm not going to say anything yet, but yeah, more on the way. When I'm absolutely boiling, actually. He's back. Welcome back, mate.
You know that we cannot escape to address the elephant in the room, right?
Oh, what?
The inflammable one.
Okay, let's do it. Let's rip IO a new one. The fucked up. Yeah, it's out of control. It's right now. The Molotov is out of control. Wait, I know it. Mendy knows it. Everyone in the chat knows it. It's fucking someone else. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what happened. Like, because I kind of felt like that would have been something that would have been tested. I don't know. I
gotta say, in the last few days, I did a full 180 about my opinion on it. I like the way it shaked everything. I like that right now it's complete chaos for speedrunning. Absolutely chaos. It's like, everybody going after those free recce's and everybody going again to visit old silly stuff. I like that. Yeah. In essence, it's a completely OP and broken item that wall bangs fire through anything that makes it break before. Walls, floors. It's so broken.
Yeah, I know. I mean, it's so bad.
I'm loving seeing everybody playing, man, and going crazy over it. I'm loving the way that things are shaking right now.
It is so broken, but yeah, I've been doing the same thing, and I've been going around having a crazy amount of fun with it as well. But it's like, this is like, if we didn't get the wall banging sniper rifle to break the leaderboards, this certainly is now. This is a whole lower level.
I've asked for wall bang. I have asked for wall bang for years, and they say, "Okay, that's your wall bang, motherfucker. That's it. Take it." Yeah. And also, it's an accident now, by the way. So just throw at the wall.
Yeah.
Dude, the other side, he's dead.
I've been going around and I've been thinking, right, what silly thing can I do? And in the space of a couple of hours, I was top of the leaderboard for the black hat. Then I went to the procurers. I was top of the leaderboard for the procurers. I beat that by like 5 seconds. with ease. It's absolutely ridiculous. And I literally just thrown it in the air, and that's it. It's creating accidents. It's like it's it never should have happened, but in a way, like we're glad it did.
I'm having a great time. Everybody's going crazy, and I'm loving it. And this craziness is gonna last for some time.
But yeah,
you know, everybody goes, oh, he can actually use this like this. He can
Yeah.
use it like there. You know, but still, absolutely broken NOP item.
yeah.
It's unjustifiable, but still, thank you for putting this on the game.
Yeah.
Thank you.
The one thing I will say about the Molotov is, without the wall bangs, it is actually balanced, and it is going to be an item that requires a lot of skill to use, because you can't just throw this willy-nilly and be getting free kills. I mean, if you're slightly too close, it's going to be an explosive kill. You've ruined Silent Assassin. If it's slightly too short, it's gonna smash, and you're not getting anything, and you're back to the restart. So, like, in terms of just like throwing it and expecting a free kill, it's not going to happen, especially if and when like IO actually fix it. So I believe that, like, if the wall bangs does get like fixed, I don't think people are going to be using the Molotov as much. I'll be honest.
Well, it depends, right? It does require more skill than the E-phone.
Yeah.
The E-phone was the most stupid thing ever. I'm not sure what they were thinking, because it didn't change anything for speedruns, the E-phone.
Yeah.
You know, unless the run was longer, you wouldn't change anything.
That is true.
The Molotov, it requires more skill to use.
Definitely.
And in the right hands, it's the most broken thing I've ever seen.
Yeah, definitely. I think,
and I hope it doesn't change.
Yeah, I think it like in its current state, it's somewhat worse than the electric phone right now with the wall bangs. But I think like they're definitely going to patch it, and I think I don't like going open the door, but I think they will, and I think that.
Okay, look, since they do the opposite that I say, since I don't want to get patched, I'm gonna say I want to get patched so they don't patch.
Yeah, please patch
Right,
it. Patch it for Mendy.
Patch it. So they don't.
Yeah. For no, I mean, like, aside from the wall bangs, I mean, let's talk about the joke I made about putting it on a door handle. I mean, I remember as if that action, right? Just so for people that I've not witnessed this, and I'm not lying. Mendy was streaming. I said to Mendy, as a joke, put it on the door handle. It actually goes on the door handle, and when the door opens, it falls, and it does create an accident kill. It's crazy.
Go to Sapienza. Now, if you have Hitman and you have the Molotov, go to Sapienza now. Go outside the kitchen and place on the door and then ring the bell. That's it. Jeff Marcello is gonna have a bad time.
Yeah, I did go around putting it on certain door handles. Now, for some doors it works great. For some doors, not so much. It depends on the target and how fast they come through the door. But it is
They die, right?
It is interesting to play with it.
They all die, right?
They all die, but determine.
It works great then.
Yeah, but depends on if you want to keep Silent Assassin or not. But some end up coming up as explosive kills, where some end up coming up as accident kills, which is what you want. So in some areas it works really well, some areas it doesn't. But you know, I've sort of had fun playing around with, like, okay, where would this work, and what else could we do with it?
So this is the only explosive that we have in the game, or I never try with with the nitro. I never tried with the nitro, although the nitro is not an unlockable, right? So, as unlockable, it's the only truly breakable explosive that we have.
Yeah, well, yeah, well that is about
Baseball doesn't do that. Golf ball doesn't do that, and they are explode on impact, but they don't do that.
Yeah, I think that is about as close as you can get to like the Molotov in terms of what's already in the game. Yeah, but I didn't play around with that too much actually, but I imagine it probably works similar.
Did you saw what Phil was saying on the chat? That you can seeker the Molotov.
Oh yeah, you can secret it and it'll blow. Yeah,
I saw that and I was face palming like, okay, it's a thing now. You secret the Molotov and people die. I don't want anything to change on the Molotov. I think it's wonderful. No, I mean patch it, please.
Yeah.
Patch it.
Definitely don't bring back the e-phone.
That I want back.
Bring back the e-phone.
Then they don't bring it back.
Yeah. It's just a shame about the e-phone because I didn't want them to take that out. I just wanted them to balance it. It didn't need to be an accident kill.
How did you balance that unless you take the silent assassin out of it?
Yeah, that's it. It becomes more of a skilled item to use if the body gets found with this phone in his hand, all suspicious looking. I kind of feel like it's a silent kill, but yeah, you can't just pop it willy-nilly. You've got to do it in the right place at the right time, and I kind of feel like that would have made the electric phone more of a skilled item to use. Same with the other tasers, like, because you could sort of just put them in water and then, like, you know, like, especially contracts mode, guards are walking into the water, blah, 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 they fall over. Oh my god, what has happened? He's been electrocuted in a puddle with this suspicious item, but it looks like an accident.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, certain areas could have been balanced better, but, you know, what can you do? I mean,
so, I think it's wonderful. I think it's wonderful what we have for. And when I first saw the Molotov, I was like, no, they didn't. But I saw people going around and going crazy, and I saw a hell lot of videos. I was like, okay, this is actually enjoyable.
Yeah.
And then, you know, it's actually a good thing. Because I have this feeling, okay, we reached the end of the line, so this shake things up a little.
Oh, definitely. Depending on how long it lasts for, if it stays as is or eventually gets patched, I don't know. But right now, what I will say is, everyone have fun while you can.
Yeah,
definitely.
I mean, if you're watching this and you hate the Molotov, fine. I mean, I hate it too for a couple of days. I was kind of more okay. They're gonna fix this up. I don't want that anymore. I want as is. I want as is. I think everybody's going crazy, and this is where I live. I'm a Hitman worker, man. And when I see exciting things happening in my daily routine, I like that. And it's working in the way that I found it enjoyable.
Yeah, I mean, it definitely is. Like, it's got this, like, it's kind of a dirty, enjoyable feeling though, of like, I shouldn't be doing this, but I am, and I'm loving it.
Yeah, it's like a guilty pleasure, right?
Yeah, pretty much, yeah.
It's a guilty pleasure. I feel like this is a guilty.
It's like, as soon as I seen it, I was like, oh, this is fucking ridiculous, this. But the first thing I started going around was fucking going crazy and just blasting tabs out. And I'm like, I need to stop, but I can't.
I didn't even realize on day one that I wanted to unlock it. And the first thing I was excitedly going map by map, doing it. Map by map. And,
yeah.
At first I was like, okay, I'm just I'm just having a laugh. The other is no, I'm actually enjoying this.
Yeah.
So it's definitely like a guilty pleasure.
Yeah, like I think it's one of those things where like when you kind of just embrace it for like what it is at that moment in time, you can just kind of have fun with it. And I think it's good to do that now because like if it does get fixed, we could be the few that could say, oh, you should have seen the things we did with the Molotov when it was broken. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And people will not believe it. Like, it's one of them. It's like the same as the sniper rifle now, where like I wish that I'd saved like the crazy wall bang videos that I did when the sniper rifle came in and that was broken. And like I can't go back and look at that now because I never kept the recordings of it. And I'm like, okay, I'm definitely doing this for the Molotov.
Yeah. Well, we have Phil said on the chat, banana and Molotov is interesting. I really wanna check that. I haven't. This is something that didn't occur to me.
Someone has said that about the banana and the Molotov before, and I'm not entirely sure what's going on with that.
See, I have this with the Lancer. You guys, some of you know that I fought me and Frode, and more people. We fought to bring the wall bang Lancer back for a long time, for years, to be honest. He never came back, and we were always like, oh, well, I wish you could get back there and play more with the Lancer. So don't wait, get the Molotov and go around, man. Go crazy. Do it.
Yeah.
You don't know what's gonna happen.
Do it while the going is good.
Yeah, it's happening right now. So right now you go for it. Don't wait. Record your stuff, experiment, go crazy there. It's worth it.
Yeah, which is okay. Well, I'll challenge Mendy to a double kill flying Molotov on Ambrose. See if Mendy can work it out. I'll set that for you.
I kind of can. I'm already seeing. I just need to take the distance. I'm trying to calculate the distance on the fly here, but I actually need to try it a little bit.
Yeah.
But I can. You can show on the next podcast.
Yeah, definitely. It'll be the intro.
Look, I'm a goofy person, but I'm a serious player. People sometimes forget that.
Yeah.
I'm all for the laughs, but when I play it, I'm serious playing it, man. I take seriously my gaming.
Oh, definitely. Yeah.
Not too serious, but I'm a serious player.
Yeah, I'm kind of like the same in that sense of like I like to have fun with it, but at the same time, take some of the stuff a little bit serious. But it's nice to get silly, and yeah. I enjoy that side of it.
Yeah. Yeah. Now that you said a challenge to double kill Molo, I'm already okay. I'm already routing. Ding it.
Yeah, I want to see that. I already got my propane, so I'm happy with that. Me, love it.
I love that. And I didn't saw it live, man. It feels bad. You were almost there. I saw very close calls there.
Yeah, no, I think because it was going on for quite a while. A few people let it go, but it was like, and then it was like, boom, I got it when everyone had backed out, and it's like, get wrecked. Oh well, yeah.
I love the video. I love the video. I love the video. It was very satisfying to see.
Yeah. Whew, right. Well,
but look, it's easy, man. You want quality. You want quality videos that might be... They're all fast, but they're not necessarily crazy speedruns. You gotta tune in to Ron channel. There's a lot of cool videos for stunts and for fiber and other stuff. Every time that YouTube recommends me and I say, okay, I haven't seen this one, it's a good time. You'll learn. I learn a lot watching Ron. I learn a lot watching...
Yeah, I think that's the good thing is all of us like playing well somewhat competitively of like we've all learned from each other, and it's been cool to like do that and to like you know, I'd say like you would do something. I'm like, okay, that's cool. I've learned something new there. I'd do something, and someone else would be like, oh, okay, that's cool. I like that. And we've all just sort of like continuously just sort of built up off of each other, and I think that's a cool thing that's been happening. Like especially like since I came in, and I know I was late to the party, but it was nice to be able to be a part of that and just sort of enjoy that.
Yeah, we saw the sense of community is one of the best things that I've ever experienced in my life. You know, we saw this, at least this World of Assassination community growing from. I used to say that on my streams. We started that with literally little more than a handful of people, a handful of enthusiasts back in 2016, and now we have hundreds of people.
Yeah,
It's fantastic. And I mean active people, because if you count people that are not active or that show sometimes, it's on the thousands already. It's beautiful to see. Beautiful to see.
yeah. I think it's close to the end now, probably. But it's been a good ride. Like I'm kind of happy I decided to like dive into this streaming arena and made a lot of friends along the way. It's cool.
Look, we might be reaching the last big release for the trilogy, which is Freelancer. But the trilogy is stronger than ever, man.
Oh
We will
yeah.
be playing this for many years. So we're probably gonna let it go a little when the new Hitman game comes out in a few years from now.
Oh yeah.
Because until then, this is gonna be the daily play, man. Even if 007 comes, and I hope it's a smash. But look, Ambrose Island, free DLC. We still have to talk about, I think, the Easter eggs that we were searching for 4 hours to find something that we, in the end, was like, okay, this is just an asset. that behaves like that.
5 hours actually.
Five?
5. Yeah, mate. I went back on stream and was talking about it, and mate, I have no fucking clue. I have no clue if it's a real thing. I don't think it is. I
I don't
think
think it is.
I think it's just something that got ported over. Yeah, me and Mendy were literally on the hunt for 4 hours or 5 hours. We thought we had something, and we just could not figure anything out. It's just a shame.
So, Ron said, "Hey, Mandy, I shot this. What's the name of that thing? The thing that keeps floating in the water and blinking."
From
And
where
Roche-
from where I am,
Roche-
we call it a boy,
Boy?
boing.
Ah. so he shot the boy. And he said, "Hey, look, the light is blinking faster." And then we went on a hunt for that shit for hours and hours and hours.
Yeah.
And in the end, and then Ron got back to Hentu port and said, "Okay, no, wait, it's the same asset." So what they did was they put the asset from Hentu in Ambrose, and the behavior is the same, which is misleading as fuck.
Yeah.
Right? Because you shoot and it starts blinking fast, and you say, "Okay, there's something here." It's just the asset from Hentu, which was actually an Easter egg. So, look, I don't think there's anything there, man.
I don't.
I want to believe, but I'm not going on this if there is something there. Try to do that if you have the game. If you have Ambrose right now, go to Ambrose and sniper one of those boys.
Oh yeah, but Blunt's is saying here. Previously, they were in scale. They do nothing. So they must. Oh, okay, so they were ported into scale also. So.
Were they the same thing? They would blink faster if you shot the same thing.
Oh, hang on a minute. Previously, they were in scale. They do nothing. Oh, so hang on. Blunt's is saying that they were in there, but when you shot them, they do nothing. No fast
didn't.
blink. I need to know.
Yeah, no idea how to calculate flying C4. The way that I used to do was to take a reasonable distance that I knew would probably be further than I wanted to, and wait for like 15, 17, 20 seconds and explode, and see if I could check where it was, the explosion. So then, by approximation, that's how I worked, for the first times. Just approximation, that's it.
Right, so for confirmation, it is spelled B-U-O-Y, which I'm guessing is pronounced boy. It's just spelled differently. I guess it's probably short for buoyancy.
Okay.
I don't know that for a fact. I'm just guessing.
Okay, so Blunt is saying that they blink it faster in scale too.
Oh, okay.
Did you spend 5 hours trying to make it something happen?
Yeah,
there?
did you shoot them for 5 hours, Blunt? No, you never.
And he was like, okay, I'm gonna cover from the right and I'm gonna cover from the left, and then we'll go and shoot every possible order. Nothing will happen.
Yeah, you take the left, I'll take the right. We'll fucking zigzag all the way across the map and come to absolutely nothing.
And although it was fun to be chatting there with Ron, but yeah, the conclusion was frustrating at the time. That the real Easter egg was the friends that we made on the grind to find nothing.
Yeah, but we had fun doing it.
The journey was the real Easter egg.
Well, it was funny because it was only so far in, and I went, "There's a bell! There's a bell underneath it, Mendy!"
He was super pumped.
I was fucking hell! There's a bell! It's gonna be the bell! And shoot the bell, and the bell will make a noise. We've been doing it wrong for 2 hours, Mendy. I've shut the bell and it's not making a sound, Mendy. I'm not getting no indication, Mendy.
Dang it! We have to do those 60 different paths. Yeah.
But it was a good laugh because I kind of felt like, okay, so I think the idea behind it was I thought it might work the same as Hand to Port, and that when we shot all that was available, there would be an extra one that would turn up for some kind of Easter egg that I figured would be another cracking Easter egg, but we couldn't find anything.
Yeah, couldn't find anything. We have, but this is another thing for Ambrose. We have the Ghost Pirate ship, which is a very cool Easter egg. What else do we have?
We've also got the Lucky Cat Easter egg that was found by Anthony Fuller, not me. Just to confirm once more.
Sure?
I did not claim to be man ever. There we go. It's out there for everyone to see.
I'm still not sure. Can you clarify that better? I'm still not sure.
Anthony Fuller. Now everyone knows.
It's not your fault, man.
Yeah, it's alright. All funny.
Look, we have this Easter egg for the Ghost Pirate ship, very cool one. We have this Cato, Lucky Cato. It's really cool. I wasn't expecting it to be that cool, right? The gigantic Cato going out, and then fishes drop around you. It's a fantastic one.
I will be honest. The first time that came up out of the water, I may have freaked out a little bit because I tell you what, that thing looks fucking scary.
Yeah.
It's got some freaky eyes on it, and I was intimidated.
Yeah, I saw it. Everything is great about that Easter egg. You know, when you see that and it goes away and then it drops fishes around you, it's really cool.
Yeah.
Really cool.
Well, actually, someone was saying that they think the fish might be tied to another Easter egg. So, right.
Main Easter eggs? Sure.
Right, it's alright. So when someone said that, and then I started thinking about it, so I thought, okay, right, we'll go around, we'll shoot all of the cats, right? We'll grab the fish, then we'll go around and we'll shoot all of the boys, and then we'll throw the fish in the water. Let's see what happens.
So I don't know. Yeah, I don't believe that. I want it to be true, but I don't believe that's a thing. But one thing that we found, there is a fully rendered HD asset for a boat way far in the distance, right? And it's not like low res. It's like I don't know, 4K.
Yeah, it's clean. That like it's really clean.
I what a good way to right bloat your level. But I don't think it's loaded until we get closer, though. I don't. But yeah, there's a fully rendered HD asset for a cargo ship in the distance. It's not even in the water; it's in the mountains. Uh, we have, which is starting to become some of sort of tradition. We have the SpongeBob uh, Easter egg too, right?
Is this
I'm not sure where it is, but we do have the SpongeBob in the map too.
Oh, yeah. I vaguely remember this. I think. Is it in Miami? Is it? I think it's in one of the tanks or something.
Yeah, there's one in Miami in one of the tanks.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a full thing, Irish. It's a full thing. I flew there because I said this is too clear to, you know,
Yeah.
comparing to the other low res stuff, and it was fully rendered. It was complete, and there was even details that was totally impossible to see from the distance.
Yeah. Well, there was. I think there was some stuff on the back end of it as well. That it was like, it was more detailed than it needed to be for something that was off in the distance, and I don't know whether that like that might be tied to something. Who knows? Like we've got nothing but time, and I'm pretty sure. Well, we'll find out sooner or later if that is tied to anything or not.
Yeah, look, guys, go ahead, find cool stuff because I want to see that. Figure everything. I spoke to Notex, which is a modder. If you guys don't know, Notex is a modder, and he said that he was not there yet. So, but I think Anthony. Right, he's getting those things from the code straight up.
Yeah, I think somebody came. I think George said something that he's been doing a lot of data mining and stuff like that to find these. So yeah. I mean, if you're going to find them, that's the way you want to go. Like,
you need cheat engine for that, Irish. There's an unlock feature for the Enso. You need cheat engine installed, and you need the tables. I think it's tables. That's called. There's something specific for the Enso unlock. It's pretty simple. I didn't want to install cheat engine, but it's there. And I think it was a very pleasant surprise to see Smith. It was one of the highlights for me.
Yeah.
Of that.
Oh no! Well, I can't remember who was telling me. I can't remember if it was. Was it Script? I think he said that. Oh yeah, if Smith starts running off and one of the guards sees him, the guards will start chasing him. So I was like, okay, I'm going to set this up. So yeah. Anyway, to confirm. The guard will chase him all the way into the water, and then as he starts swimming off, the guard's just in the water shaking his fist and just shouting abuse. So it's absolutely hilarious.
It was well done, man. It was well done. Fun.
The shit, like overall, like Ambrose definitely wasn't a disappointment. I've enjoyed it. I'm probably gonna continue to mess about with it and see what I can come up with. And yeah, it'll be a welcome level into the trilogy runs.
Definitely an addition to the map pool.
Yeah,
Definitely an addition, a valid one. We had unique stuff that can be something for the future, right? More than the present. I don't know if we will see perhaps the GPS tracker on Freelancer, but one can dream, right?
Yeah, you
I
never
don't know what
know.
they're preparing. We had good additions. I love that the Molotov is shaking everything. The GPS was a nice addition. The recurrent presences on the island was, you know, and the map design. Uh, this is something that I didn't enjoy it that much. It was that the ins and outs of the map in some areas, or I think most areas, they rely way too much in climbing. I think climbing is it's kind of strange. So uh, if I had a complaint about the design, I would a little less climbing. You know,
Yeah,
little less.
I think in some areas it depends which route you're taking, but
I felt lost as hell because there was so much climbing and so many ledges,
yeah.
which might make sense. But look, it's really easy to get lost. A
I,
hell lot of
I think
ledges.
I think over time, as you play it more, your opinion will probably change on that. I think it's really well connected. I think it's connected in a really good way. Uh, um, I won't go too much into it. I'll sort of let people explore, but I think I've played it enough to get a good grasp on the level route wise now, and like from what I've found in there, I really like the way it's connected.
Oh, I do like that. I'm not saying it's not well connected. I'm saying that for first times on the map,
Oh yeah, yeah,
it's really confusing.
yeah.
Some areas are really confusing.
I was like that when I got to the ruins, and I was like,
The
bloody hell,
ruins.
where am I going? You
Yeah, the
know?
ruins are very, very confusing. Very, very confusing. At least for now. And look, we played the game daily, but don't expect to have an easy time finding yourself on your couple of hours of playthrough there.
Yeah, exactly. Like I say, it's only been out a week, and there's still a lot of routing to be done. There's still a lot of exploring to be done.
Yeah,
So I mean,
I'm happy to be here talking about a new Hitman map. I
yes.
am.
But I think
That
that
one,
is
one,
there
one more
anything else
thing
you want to
before I
touch
go.
upon? Yeah.
One more thing. We have a lot of new melees on the map. They are, of course, they kind of do the same. But we have how many? We have a lot of. That's like melee island. We have how many melees? We have like 20 types of melees. Roulette there would be fun.
You got well,
We have
you got a couple of new stuff. You've got a hook in level. You've got a buried saber. You've got knives tied to
yeah.
letters. Was there? I'm pretty sure there was a machete. Is there a machete in the
There's
level?
yeah. There's 35 types of machetes. By the way,
Yeah.
saber. There is a lot. I'm I'm not against. I'm just making fun because there's a lot. I was like, okay, well, I was playing for the first day. I was like, bro, there's all the melees are here, including the new ones.
Yeah. Yeah. There actually was a lot.
So I want to see how this will behave for the Roulette Rivals 9, because it will be the first event having Ambrose, and I want to see if the spins will be like melee, 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 melee. I want to see that. I'm curious. I hope the chance is high, and also high chances for suit, a lot of suit, because we have 7 disguises. Right.
Yeah. Yeah, it should be an interesting watch, that.
Not bad, just interesting.
Hmm.
Because you have a pool of items for a randomized spin. Let's say that you have 40 unique items on the map. 25 are blades. So you're gonna have blades a lot for spins, right?
Yeah, that's more than likely.
Right.
Then again, I think the biggest headache is going to be remembering where all the different blades are. So good luck with that.
Good luck with that.
Yeah. It's not just that. People will have to start working on some new strats for when fucking Sasso rolls around later in the year. So get to work, boys.
Yeah. Okay, I recommend the map. I think it's a good addition to the game. It's free, and we have a very unique unlock, which shake things up. I like it. So my verdict, I like it.
Me too. Overall, I think it was a good map. I've enjoyed it. I'm probably going to continue to enjoy it, and that's about pretty much all I can really touch up on the level.
Yeah, I think the main things, right?
Yeah.
You don't talk about Hitman and you just talk about a level, you know. It makes you talk about other stuff, right? Especially because we are so passionate about it.
Yeah.
And another thing before we wrap up, thank you guys for watching. If you're watching
Yes.
this later on, thank you. I've read all the chat. Okay, I read everything that you guys typed on the chat, just to let you know, and I will get you outside.
Yeah.
Some of you.
Yeah. I love it. I love that everyone just like always gets excited and wants to turn up for the next podcast, and everyone wants to like throw their 2 cents in. So everyone all knows I appreciate you all turning up all the time. And I'm gonna be doing more like this, and I like to say I'll have Mendy back for future podcasts, or possibly more people, depending on what topic we're talking about. I've got plans for a lot more. Just decided on what I'm going to touch up on next, and how many to bring on board. But yeah, this will be the first of many more to come. Oh, well, this is the 5th episode, but let's say at this point on, it's going to become more of a regular thing rather than as spaced out as it has been. So if
Like to see it.
people are enjoying it, then there you go. More to look forward to. Yeah. Big thank you to Mendy for joining me. I had a good conversation with you there, mate. And
Thank you.
hopefully
Thank you for inviting me.
you'll continue to join.
Sure, my pleasure, man.
So
Talking about it is always.
yeah,
I like it.
I like it. So yeah. Anyway, that was episode 5 of that Hitman podcast. Big thank you for everyone turning up, chilling out, watching, chatting. Big thank you to Mendy for joining me on this one, and hopefully on the next one he'll join me again. And yeah, I will see you all on the next one. See you, Mendy. Bye. 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 Bye.